All right, Zach writes, God, I wish videos had a downvote option. The notion that people A, have 10% to spare, and B, can budget out of poverty is insulting. Well, look, Zach, I think this warrants a response. I don't take any comments like this as a negative comment. So, number one is, you're absolutely right. I mean, there's a small percentage of our population that can't save 10%. Those are people that don't have a job, number one. Or number two, their non-discretionary expenses, the things that they have to spend money on, equate to their exact income. So if they're on a fixed income and they just don't have any movement, then yes, there are some people that cannot save 10%. But for the majority of the population, you can save 10%. And it comes down to cutting the certain expenses that we have that we spend money on that we shouldn't. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, it's simple as that. As most people are not willing to do that or make the sacrifices they need to get themselves out of poverty. So yes, as much as I do agree with some of what you're saying, there is a small population that they just don't have an income or can't spend less. But for the majority of the planet, we can. And so it comes down to a couple of options. Number one is just cutting the amount of times you do something in half. So if you eat out 4 times a week, cut it down to 2. Or the other option is spending 50% less on the things that you normally spend money on every week. So if it's coffee, spend half the amount of money you spend on coffee. And so if you cut things in half, you're going to be able to save 10% pretty quickly. And then eventually you'll cut it down or cut it out completely. Once you realize you don't either need it or it's not really bringing value or allowing you to save, you'll cut those things out.